welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Omahiga, and yeah, thank you for clicking. So I remember I owed you guys a video in regards to the review of my stay in SALAAM and Diani. I was supposed to give you an in-depth kind of analysis of how much I spent, how my stay there was, and if it was good or bad, then probably if you like it, you might as well go there. So as you can see, I have a very beautiful background. That's because I'm at Charlie's Bistro. If you're in Nairobi, or maybe you've been to Nairobi and probably have maybe even bumped into this place, yeah, this is where I am, and I figured I'd do a 3-in-1 review, which is I'm going to be reviewing the food, and also I'm going to review the SALAAM and the Diani stay. Yeah, so let's get into it. So I've already ordered my food, and I ordered dawa for my drink because it's so cold. So yeah, I definitely wanted to do the cocktails, but let's keep that for another time. So I've been here before, and I've been here I think twice. Yes, the first time I was blown away. The food was really good. I think I ordered some chicken. It had some sweet and sour sauce. Yeah, so I really liked that. I have a sweet tooth, so anything sweet, I am sold on it. The second time, however, I wouldn't say compared to my first time, it wasn't really good. I ordered a steak, beef steak. I can't really remember the exact names of the dishes I ordered, but what I do remember is that it was steak. And I'm going to tell you a story. So it's not necessarily to do with this place, but to the few restaurants that I've been before, I have not had a very good experience when it comes to ordering beef steak. I don't know if the days I order, the kitchen normally has bad days, or I'm just unlucky when it comes to beef steak, or I don't know, or probably that's how they do their steak and somehow it doesn't resonate well with me. But I made it a decision. I made a decision to not order steak in a restaurant ever again, and I'm gonna give you the reasons why. So first, it's either the steak is stale, and by stale I mean it has no taste. As in, I am not a chef, and no, I'm not a food expert, so I can't say that according to my expert opinion this is how a steak should taste, you know. But I mean, it should be tasty at the very least. So in most places that I've gone to and ordered the steak, it is stale. Yani that thing, I don't know kama ni fridge wanakwanga wameiweka for 2 months, probably that's how it's supposed to be cooked, but my taste buds don't agree. But another thing is that it can be tasty. In some places it has been tasty, but it is hard. Yani, do you know hard? I think it takes me back to the days of high school, when you would, after closing the school, when you would come back, you find grass, I don't know, like almost a foot tall, and then you are required to cut the grass with a blunt panga. And it used to reach a point, yani unadi unashika nyasi, you literally cut the grass with your hands because that thing is hard. So when I say my steak, the steaks where I have been eating, probably again the restaurants I've been going don't know how to cook, I don't know, but that steak is hard to a point. Let me demonstrate. See, I think fine dining requires you to hold your knife like this. So I think it's the right hand. So, and with a fork you're supposed to cut like this. You might be on a date with your crush or your significant other, or someone you're just trying to impress with your fine dining skills, and then you hear your ego told you, let me order the steak. And then that steak won't just let up. Yani you're there cutting, and cutting. Your date is already half into their into their food. Where bado the first bite, you're there sweating like me, I don't know. That's when all my sweat buds just know how to open, and you're pouring sweat, your makeup is running, and then if you are unlucky, that stick will go flying off your plate to another person's plate. If you are lucky. If you are not, it will probably land on your date's head or face, or I don't know, probably one of the people serving you. So me and steak, but probably if you've had a different experience with steak, I don't know, maybe you can recommend a place for me. I go check it out, because me and steak, I am traumatized for life. I figured if I'm eating steak anywhere, it's going to be in my house where no one is seeing me, where I have no aibu. So that if that thing is hard, I will tear it down with my hands. If it is soft, well and good. But huku kwa restaurants, no, not happening. Anyway, to cut my long story short, I came here at that time. As I say, that time is a charm, so I want to see if I'm going to be blown away. So I ordered safe. Definitely not steak. I ordered some chicken. You're gonna see when it comes. So I'm really hoping it's gonna be nice. So yeah, and as I've already ordered, yeah, I say that. So as they bring the food, I'm gonna be giving you a review of now my stay in Dar es Salaam and in Diani. So in case you see me looking down, I have a little notebook here to make sure I don't forget anything, and I'm going to review the two places I stayed at based on my transport there, and the means of transport I used, then how the accommodation was, whether it was value for money, and so on. So I'm going to get right into it. So as you know, if you have watched my two videos that are up already, I went to Dar es Salaam using the bus. So we traveled with Tamid, and they were charging 3,500 per trip. So to and fro costed me 7,000 shillings. As for Diani, I used the SGR. The SGR was quite affordable, and it costed me 1,000 shillings from Nairobi to Mombasa. Then from Mombasa, I took a van. There are some people who normally stand outside the SGR station, and they have some placards, like I mentioned. So they're normally written if you're going to Diani, if you're going to town, and all that. So I thought that should be cheaper compared to the option of using a cab. Like I said, a cab would have costed me 4,000 shillings, and that is in the case probably if there isn't traffic, so it would have probably even gone more then, as opposed to the van, which I only paid 600 shillings from the station to where I was staying. So yeah, that was way affordable. So on the way back, I also used the same means of transport. I used a van from my home to SGR, then I took an SGR to Nairobi. So the second thing I want to talk about is accommodation. So for accommodation in Dar es Salaam, we used Airbnb to book, and wow, I cannot stress enough. And this is not marketing of any kind. My food is here. Thank you. Tilt this a bit. So let me tilt this a bit so that you can see my food. So here is my food. This looks weird. The green thing. It looks nice. Let me have a taste and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. So for accommodation, we chose to book with Airbnb going to Dar es Salaam because we have never been to Dar es Salaam before. So of course we found it to be, I don't know, a better and probably a safer way to book. And then the good thing is that once you book, it was like telling you exactly where the house is located. So like for us, we wanted to go somewhere near Mbezi Beach. So yeah, we found that to be the most reasonable option for us. And for the accommodation in Dar, like I stated in my first video, we stayed in 2 different houses. The first one was a penthouse. No, sorry. The first one was rooftop. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm eating. I don't know how to multitask. This was probably not the best idea, but I will try. So the first one was a rooftop Mbezi Beach. It was a rooftop house. That makes sense. So it was a studio apartment, yes. And it was self-catered. It had all the facilities that we needed. Everything that was advertised on their page is exactly what we got. So that was a definite plus for them. The second house we went to, it was now the penthouse. So for the penthouse, you can have 2 options. You can either choose to book the whole apartment, or you can choose to book a room in the apartment. So if you choose to book a room, it means, for example, that was a 3-bedroom. It means, for example, I can take 1 room, then other people will take 2 other rooms, but the places like the kitchen, the dining area, yeah, those are communal. Yes. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think for the rooms, the good thing about the rooms are self-contained. Maybe say, or can I say, like the one I stayed, it was a master in suite. So you have your toilet and your bathroom in your room. The only thing probably you need to share is just the sitting area. Yeah. So that was also good. And then the good thing again about these 2 houses is that they were being hosted by the same person. Her name was Amani, and I will actually link one of the houses in the video description below, because these guys are clean. The house was so clean. Then if you want to talk to them in case you have a query, in case you need assistance with anything, their feedback and the communication was on point. So I really enjoyed my stay there because of that. So yeah, I will 100% recommend those 2 places. I will link everything in the description box below. So for the first house, we paid 4,300 shillings in total per person, and then the second house I paid 3,700 shillings. So in total in Dar es Salaam, accommodation was adding up to around 8,000 shillings, which was very affordable considering we slept there for 4 nights. Yes, we were there for 5 days, 4 nights. So 8,000 was actually quite affordable. Yes. So for Diani, we saw an advertisement on Instagram, and this is the funny thing with Kenya. I think guys like duping each other too much, because for real, the pictures that were posted there, they were beautiful. They just excite you and make you want to spend your money and go there. But unfortunately, we were quite disappointed with the place. So it was a house that they were actually having an offer. So they were saying if you stay there for 3 nights, stay there 3 nights and get to pay for 2. So us, we were there for 4 days and 3 nights. So we paid for 2 nights. Each night was costing 5,000 shillings. So for 5,000 shillings, we were 5 of us. So that meant was 1,000 shillings a day per person. Since we only paid for 2 nights, that means the total accommodation for Diani was just 2,000 shillings. Again, it was cheap. So one thing I'll say is definitely, let's say it was value for my money because that was very cheap. So I don't know, I can't really complain and say that it was not according to my expectations, of which it's true. It was not. Actually, having gone to Diani, I think my expectations were raised a bar higher, so it was definitely not according to my expectations. But then again, what we paid for is what we got. So yeah, I didn't like it honestly, but the good thing is that we had a roof over our heads for the 3 nights we were there, and at least we enjoyed our other activities or our stay and doing whatever else we were doing. So this is just a side note. I honestly believe that the guys at the house, the villa we stayed in Diani could have definitely done more as far as cleaning is concerned, because I don't know, I don't even want to get into the details, but hey, cleanliness is a must. Because okay, I know it's a home kind of setting, so it's not really a hotel, but there is a standard that you guys need to have if you're hosting people. So okay, the way probably my house is right now, I know it's not probably at its best, but when I know I have visitors coming over, I mean, I'll go above and beyond and make sure that all those nooks and crannies that I ignore when I'm cleaning and I'm alone, I'll make sure that I clean them this time. So I mean, it's just common sense. So yeah, so that was as far as accommodation was concerned. The one for Diani, I wouldn't be right recommending it to someone else. Yes. So, but a good thing anyway with the people who hosted us well in Diani is that they facilitated our Wasini Island tour. So I know we could have gotten that probably from different hotels, but it was convenient knowing that these guys, I don't know, got a car for us, got the necessary arrangements done. So ours was to just get picked in the morning, dropped at Kisiten Bunguti, then from there just took a boat and off to Wasini. So yeah, that was a plus for them. So another thing about the two locations, so both locations were great in terms of their accessibility to different, say, what do I call them, supermarkets or malls. So they were quite accessible, be it to the nearest mall in case we wanted to do shopping. Either we could go there by foot. For example, the one in Dar es Salaam where we were staying at the penthouse, it was just next to a supermarket. So if we wanted any food, if we wanted anything from the supermarket, we could just walk there. And in case we wanted something else or somewhere a bit far, we could easily take tuk-tuk. In the case, I think they call them bajaji, which was also very affordable. So even for Diani, I liked the fact that their location is exactly where they said it would be. So as far as value for money is concerned, that exceeded my expectations for sure, and I would definitely go back and stay in the place I did, and probably now engage in different activities. Whereas in Diani, I would also go back because I think there's a lot more to do in Diani than in Dar es Salaam. However, I would not go back to the same house I stayed at. Yes. So yeah, value for money in both places. I think I got what I paid for, to be honest. So that was a plus for me. So some of the activities that I engaged in while in Dar es Salaam was just mall tours. Then we went to Bundia Island, which was really nice. So I think that for me was more of the chilled kind of experience. Whereas in Diani, we went to the beach again, and then Wasini Island. So at least Wasini Island was, I think, my highlight in both trips. first being I got to see a dolphin for the first time in my life. I was so excited. I kept on screaming. I think that's why the dolphins kept on going back into the water and hiding. Then also we got to do some snorkeling, which was such a thrill. Yeah, so I think Diani was, in terms of activities to do, Diani was over and above. In general, I feel that Da was a bit cheaper, considering I stayed there for more days, and even if the difference is not so much compared to the much I spent in Diani, I feel that was way cheaper. The transport was cheaper, the food was cheaper, the activities, for example, like going to Budia Island, we only paid around 1100 per person, whereas going to Wasini Island in Diani, we each paid 3000 shillings. So yeah, in a way, in terms of expenditures, it was a lot cheaper than Diani. Also, another thing in terms of probably the locals' attitude towards us guys, in Dar es Salaam, I felt like, I don't know, guys there are quite reserved. So I don't know if I didn't mention this in the video, but you know, as girls, we were going there for a vacation, so we brought all our vacation clothes out, and since it was kind of a hot kind of weather, we went out with our shorts and our nice mini dresses. Oof, that was not taken lightly or kindly by the locals. We actually had an encounter with one of the locals who stopped us on the street and was like, "Ish, here in Dar es Salaam, are you guys from Dar es Salaam really? Because here in Dar es Salaam we do not dress like this." And you were like, "Whoa." And then also another thing was, while I was vlogging on the way street walking, there's actually a lady who stopped, or rather slowed down, and was like, "Hey, ondoka kwa barabara wewe, sijui nini." So wow, that was quite a shock. But I don't know. In Diani, everyone was very friendly. I don't know if I'm being biased because I'm a Kenyan, but I felt more comfortable in Diani. No one was giving us glares while walking around in our shorts. No one was giving us glares when taking my phone to take a few videos here and there. So I don't know, I felt more comfortable in Diani than in Dar es Salaam for sure. So I'm gonna give you a general expenditure of how much I spent on both trips. So for Dar es Salaam, transport in total was 7,000 shillings, whereas in Diani was 3,200 shillings. On accommodation, the total expenditure was 8,000. So divided by 3 people, it was approximately 2,700 shillings per person, whereas in Diani was 2,000 shillings. For say shopping, food, miscellaneous was approximately 3,000 shillings for each. And then the transport we used while there, say moving from one place, like from our rooms to the mall to the beach. In Dar es Salaam, I spent approximately 2,000 shillings because we moved a lot, and in Diani I think I spent around 1,000 shillings. So for expeditions, for example, like now going to Budia Island in Dar es Salaam, which was 1,100 shillings, whereas in Diani going to Wasini Island was 3,000 shillings. So in total, I spent 15,800 for Dar es Salaam and 12,200 for Diani. So as you can see, the difference is not much. And that's why I was saying that I think Dar es Salaam was cheaper, because for Dar es Salaam we were there for 4 nights, 5 days, and in Diani we spent there 3 nights, 4 days. So yeah, you can see it's affordable to say the least. So I'm now going to give you my rating and I want to stress that this is completely and solely my own view of the experience I had there. So probably you've been to the same places I've been to and your experience was different. You are welcome to agree or disagree with me. So yeah, I want to stress that before I get into it. So for Dar es Salaam, as far as travel is concerned, I will give it a 3 out of 5. And this is because, one, it was an 18-hour journey. So I don't think there's anyone who looks forward to being on the road for 18 hours. And that's what I could afford anyway. So I am not regretting spending 18 hours on the journey. I think it would have been better if the buses that we used had Wi-Fi. So that was a disappointment. And then also if at least they had screens. They had like 2 screens, and then the volume was turned all the way down, so even if they were playing some music or they were playing some movies while we were traveling, you could barely hear things, so you couldn't follow up with that. And then another thing is that the charging ports, these days they put these USB charging ports such that you remember the ones that are like the 3, how are they called, the sockets that you plug in your charger, or say for example your laptop charger. So you could be traveling with your laptop and you want to plug it in and maybe watch a movie along the way. You can't, because now they've only just put that USB port where you can only charge your phone. So that really also put me off. So you find yourself sleeping, you wake up, you sleep, you wake up, because at some point you can't use your phone because of data. Yes, you can access the data roaming, but it's quite expensive. So yeah, it wasn't really a smooth journey per se. But for Diani, I used the SGR, which was really fun for me because, one, it was my first experience, so I really enjoyed that. And then again, also for Diani, I don't know why they are not these travel means are not favorable for people charging their laptops or I don't know, phones properly, because even in the SGR they do not have sockets on where your seats are. They only have like 2 sockets at the very far end of the carriage. So you can imagine probably a carriage having around 120 people who want to charge their phones, and only 2 can charge their phones at a time. So again, I don't know, that really, I don't know, bored me. Yeah, but at least the journey was way shorter because it was only 5 hours. So yeah, that was a plus for me. I will give it 5 out of 5. That is transport. So in terms of accommodation, Dar es Salaam is of course a 5 out of 5. And for Diani, I will give it a 2. Honestly, they could have done so much more. As far as food and yeah, local attractions, both for Dar es Salaam, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Their food is amazing. It was interesting to actually try something different. And for Diani was equally good. So I think Dar es Salaam won this one. So I think Diani, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Yes. As far as local transport is concerned, that is in terms of convenience in probably getting an Uber or a Taxify or even a tuk-tuk, both of them get a 5 out of 5. And then for expeditions, for Dar es Salaam, I'll give it a 4 out of 5 because I felt there wasn't much to do other than go to the beach and probably just move around the malls, and that's because it's a foreign land. So I mean, you wouldn't see me in Nairobi just taking a whole day to walk around the malls unless I have a specific thing to do there. So just the fact that it was a foreign land, it was interesting to just walk around the malls. And then yeah, but I didn't feel there is a lot of activities you can engage in while there. But for Diani, wow, you have your plate full there. You can engage in anything and almost everything as far as water sports are concerned, but also you need to be equally up with the financial bits. I mean, it's not at a cheap price. So yeah, so for Dar es Salaam, I'll give it a 4 out of 5, and Diani, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. So yeah, and I think basically that's it. Yeah. So the final review is of Charlie's food. So yeah, the food was okay. I love their wedges. The wedges are really nice. I also enjoyed the chicken. However, I didn't like the green gravy that they put on top. But it wasn't that bad. So yeah, it was good. I also enjoyed the dawa. It's very nice for this weather. So good for keeping the cold away. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, kindly subscribe to my channel and also give it a thumbs up. It's good for motivation. And also I'll be posting a video every 2 weeks. So this one was late, I'm sorry for that. So there's gonna be another video next week, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, goodbye and have a good day.